Hi, I'm Hospice Nurse Katie Robinson. Today we will be making a corn and black bean soup. For this you will need a bag of frozen corn, or fresh corn if you have it and it's available, a half of an onion, 2 cans of black beans. I use 1 can of plain and 1 can of Cuban style just for the added flavor. A can of green chilies, or you can substitute in a jalapeno pepper for a little more heat, but you'll still get that great chili flavor with just the can of green chilies. Chicken broth, you can also use vegetable broth if you're going for a vegetarian option. Cumin and chili powder for seasoning, and of course salt and pepper. So let's get started. So first I'm going to saute my onion. I'm going to do a little bit of oil on the bottom. Okay, so you just want to saute them until your onions are nice and translucent, but not browned. And then we can add our other ingredients right into the pot. Now for the chicken broth, you're going to add about 1 to 2 cups. You can always thin out the soup more once it's pureed. So always say start with the smaller amount, about 1 to 1.5 cups. Then we're going to add a teaspoon of cumin and a tablespoon of chili powder. That's going to give it some really nice, rich flavor. Not to mention a nice, rich, deep color too. So you just put that back on the burner, turn the burner up. Okay, so now that those ingredients have been simmering on the stove for a little while, we can start to puree it. I'll be using an immersion blender. If you are using an immersion blender, please make sure to read the instructions carefully to avoid splattering all over your kitchen and all over yourself. If you do not have an immersion blender, you can certainly use a regular standing blender. You would just scoop it into that and then pour it back in the pot to reheat. So always turn the heat off. And then you just stick it in all the way. You move up and down, never bringing it above the level of the soup. That's when you'll get the splatter. So once it's all pureed, you'll of course adjust the seasoning with salt and pepper. I'm going to thin it out just a little bit with the chicken broth. Again, start small. A little bit more. You want it to be a soup, not a paste. Now you can really garnish this with anything you want, a little bit of salsa. Sometimes I like to chop up cilantro really fine and put that over the top. That always adds some nice flavor. But here I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of sour cream over the top. Again, it just makes for a nice, pretty presentation. Fabulous. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out more recipes and videos on hospicegourmet.com. And as always, please be sure to consult your hospice team before trying any of these recipes. Thanks for watching.